Now, you had some experience on the national level as well, is that correct?
Yes, I have. Well, I was a delegate to the last conference, a White House Conference on Aging, which has been held since the turn of President Johnson. Once every 10 years, the presidents of the United States have called a conference to deal with the problems of the aging population. And as the aging population has grown, these conferences have been more and more significant. Not every president has been fully supportive. I would say that in the case of President Johnson, President Nixon, the first President Bush, President Carter, President Clinton, there was vigorous participation by the administration.
When's the next conference?
But I have to say that the last conference, President Bush did not attend.
When's the next one?
He found an excuse not to be there. The next one will be sometime within the next presidential thing. We expect President Obama to call a conference probably relatively soon to meet the new problems of this growing population. And you know, one point I want to make, seniors are not only interested in their own well-being. There's a phrase I like saying, we're not grasping grandpas or grandmas who are looking to take care of themselves. We're concerned about our children and our grandchildren. Seniors are active participants in meeting the needs of the entire community. And that's one of the reasons why AARP is participating in this conference and why AARP has grown, I think, as an important part of the senior community.
Well, let's ask
I was just going to add one other thing. One other major sponsor of the Conference on Aging is the Pasadena Senior Center. And you know, they're celebrating their 50th anniversary of serving seniors, and they make it possible because they have so many seniors that come to that center. I believe they have over 3,000 members that belong to that senior center, and it's one of the best senior centers and one of the most accredited senior centers in the country.
Yeah, I would agree with that because I set up a Parkinson's support group at that senior center, and I just brought the idea to them, went there, and I just took off. The staff there at the senior center is very engaged in the community. They seem to have their ear to the ground, and they really appear to work hard. And anytime you call there, they're really nice.
Absolutely. I've gone there to take courses in computers, to update my skills in computers. They have some wonderful curriculum for seniors. So I just wanted to mention that. They are also a key player in the Conference on Aging.
Yeah, and definitely. And let's mention also the time and date of the conference. It will be Friday, April 30th, 2010, from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the First Church of Nazarene of Pasadena. The address is 37 East Sierra Madre Boulevard in Pasadena, California. They will have a continental breakfast and a lunch will be served, free to the public. Thanks once again to Kaiser Permanente, they was presenting sponsor, and also the sponsor AARP. Why don't you tell us, how did you get involved in how this initiated? What issues in the community did you see that even brought this about?
Well, I wasn't involved in the first conference. I've been involved in the last 5 years, and I think I'm echoing what Marvin said, that providing this kind of information to seniors is so critical, because as we age, we want to age successfully, and I think the whole issue of aging involves so many areas that are so important. One thing we are doing, Dr. Lisk, Walgreens is providing their mobile van on their wellness tour, and they're going to also provide blood pressure, cholesterol test, bone density, and a number of other tests free of charge to seniors. So that is another added value.
I didn't know that. So after my stroke lecture, I want to see a crowd of people rushing these vans, getting your blood pressure and your cholesterol checked.
Absolutely.
I think we're just really fortunate in Pasadena and this valley to have places like the Pasadena Senior Center. We're just very rich in resources. As much as we could use more, we're very fortunate to have the kind of resources we have in this community, this area.
Now, you've been involved with dealing with seniors for quite a long time with About Senior Solutions. Why don't you tell me what issues that if you have found in your career in dealing with seniors that you think it's important to attend the conference?
I think people when you don't know what you don't know, it leaves you in the dark. And so when people are more aware of resources that are available to them, they can live a better life. Just little tips can make such a difference for somebody. Even things at the Pasadena Senior Center, they have a nutrition program. So going back to talking about isolation as being such a huge issue for seniors, go and enjoy a meal at the senior center. Congregate with others. This whole conference is a way to congregate and meet others. See if somebody else is going through the same sort of thing that you may be going through, or what kind of resources are they using. As a caregiver, what kind of things can you learn? We are
good point.
jammed with all kinds of issues in our lives, and whatever this conference can provide to give more information and to solve some problems for somebody, I think it's just a fabulous thing to attend and to educate yourself on some of these things that we may not have known about.
Yeah, because education is important. Without the knowledge, you can't act.
Right.
And caregiver, this conference is going to touch on caregivers and caregiving. I believe Pasadena Senior Center also has a caregiver support group as well.
Right. Even grandparents. We have grandparents who are parenting their grandchildren too. So we even have support in some of those areas with one of the seminars that we're doing. So we really thought very broadly as a team when we put the programs together too, to make sure that we were hitting multiple facets of people's lives, their finances. You mentioned several. Nutrition, exercise, just about everything you could possibly imagine will be at this conference. And outside of the seminars, we'll also have several vendors who will have additional resources beyond the actual seminars that are taking place.
And we don't have time today to mention all the vendors, so make sure that you are there.
Can we give them the phone number?
Yes, let's give them the phone number.
Yeah, it's you can register free by calling 877-926-8300. That's 877-926-8300, and you can register for free and come to the conference.
Okay, we're going to mention that number again. Can you tell me why you think it's important that people attend the conference?
Well, I think, again, I think what Marvin said, isolation is a very important issue that we need to get seniors out, get them engaged, get them involved. In fact, Kaiser and AARP are putting on a workshop on volunteerism. Our president has put an emphasis on volunteerism, and I think stepping out and getting involved is very important. I think this conference gives them that opportunity. Of course, health opportunities, nutrition, finances, avoiding scams, any number of topics we're going to have there. So I think giving seniors all these resources is most helpful.
Yeah, we didn't touch on that, but avoiding senior scams, because we all know that people who scam, the majority of the U.S. population, target seniors. So that's an important topic will also be discussed at the conference. So Dr. Wong, can you please go ahead and tell us why do you think, I'll give you a minute to tell us how you think it's important to attend the conference.
Right. I think one of the challenges as we age is that we talk about living independently, but it can be easy to think that that's living the way that you've always been, and it leads sometimes to isolation or functional impairments. And so I agree with your point that by going to a conference like this, it may open new worlds or new ideas for you to really truly be able to live independently, even if it means using aids or making certain changes in your health or social behaviors to improve your life.
So basically, the only people that do not need to attend the conference are those that know everything.